Hola amigos, this is Level 12 and today we are going to be talking about Hetalia characters as Vocaloids. Now, every Vocaloid you see on the screen will be in this video except for Kaido. Kaido, in my opinion, all of his songs and his personality is just to kind of be the pretty lover boy, and I can make a very good argument for why a lot of characters in Hetalia either fit better with other Vocaloids or a lot of characters in Hetalia are just the pretty boy, and it'd be useless to try and just pick one, to be honest. So first we have Czechia and Slovakia as Rin and Len. Now Rin and Len are these two debatable twin / mirror images of each other, and Rin of the twin pair is, in my opinion, a lot stronger than Len of the twin pair, much like Czechia and Slovakia. Czechia is the stronger of the two twins, and Len and Slovakia are arguably punching bags or servants, and there's actually kind of like a song for Rin and Len about Rin being a dictator and Len being her servant, but they like still love each other in those two songs. And Czechia and Slovakia, while I don't think it's that close of a sibling relationship, I do think they care for each other, and it's just kind of sweet, to be honest. I mean, yeah, Slovakia is kind of a punching bag like Len, but like, it's sweet. Next is Poland as Miku. Now this Miku is actually a fan art by Himaruya. Himaruya actually kind of, at least from this picture, he likes Hatsune Miku. And Poland and Miku are both, in my opinion, very high maintenance people. Poland is a prince, and Miku likes to be treated like a princess, according to like a couple of her songs. Miku has like a lot of songs, so it's hard to pinpoint a direct personality, but a lot of people seem to make her like a comedary or a princess dairy, or like just really high maintenance type. In Poland, as we've discussed, is an Oiji, and he is super high maintenance. We love high maintenance. Whoa, I hate it. But like, they're both, while being high maintenance, they're both like really, like, I can see them both as being nice people to like people they care about. Like Miku isn't just like that I'm better than you type of high maintenance. She's like, I want things the way I like them, but like I'll still be nice to you kind of high maintenance. Same with Poland. He's like, not you're trash high maintenance, but like okay high maintenance. You get what I'm saying? Next is Belarus and Mayu. Now Mayu is my favorite Vocaloid. She is a yandere. Well, originally she was created to sing like 2 or 3 yandere songs, and then like as her voice, her voice bank got, other people could use it, her songs. Like, not all of her songs are yandere nowadays, but like a good chunk of them are, and my favorite one isn't even a yandere song. And Belarus is just the yandere queen of Hetalia. Now, while Mayu may not be the 100% yandere she originally was, she still is, like, very, like, a lot of people still see her as that yandere chick, and, like, what better to compare Belarus to than the other yandere? And it's great. Also, their outfits, while Mayu's is more of a Lolita's and Belarus is more of, like, a maid's, they both still remind me of those big airy dresses that you would see in like older not Victorian times exactly, but like those style of dresses that are big and poofy and probably have a petticoat with it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Next is Sealand and Teto. And Teto actually isn't a Vocaloid. Teto is what you call an Utaloid? Yeah, a Noodleoid. And Sealand isn't actually a country. He's a micronation. And I feel like they relate because they're both trying, well, Teto isn't trying to be a Vocaloid, it's just a meme that she isn't a Vocaloid, but she's counted as a Vocaloid. It's funny. And they're both just trying to be things they're not, or they're both categorized as things that they're not. And I feel like it just works because Teto wants to be like as popular as Vocaloids, and Sealand wants to be as popular as the countries, except they both just don't work. Now, I only have one song by Teto. I'm fine with Oodaloids, I just don't like her voice. Like, whoever does her voice ain't it for me. I mean, you may like it, and I know a lot of people do like it, and there's a lot of other Oodaloids that I just see pictures of that I don't know their names or their songs because they're not as popular as Vocaloids, even though they're like cheaper than Vocaloids, TBH, but whatever. Next is Prussia and Haku. Now Haku technically isn't a Vocaloid. She's not backed by Sega. She's just Miku's voice, like a deeper version of Miku's voice. And to be honest, Haku is my second favorite Vocaloid, even though she's not technically a Vocaloid. They're both, I feel like Haku is forgotten in the way that she technically isn't a Vocaloid, but she's counted as a Vocaloid, much like Prussia. Prussia isn't technically a country, but he's counted as a country. Like, they both have that solidarity of, like, they could have been things, but they're not things. Also, they're both, okay, both of them aren't like counted as albino by like the official creators, but like a bunch of people will say, oh yeah, Prussia's albino, or oh, Haku's albino, and it's this thing where like technically they're not, but they look like it, so let's just call them that. Yeah. Also, they're both like Haku, a lot of her songs are very like sad and depressing because she's like a lonely person. Her name or something on her means like dead cow or something. I don't know. I remember reading something about it, and she's just a very pitiful character. In Prussia, while he isn't on the same level, he also struggles with like depression and sadness, and they can bond over that. Next is Monaco and Luka. Now Luka, I didn't know was 20, okay? And she was supposed to be like this. She was supposed to be different from all the other Vocaloids that had come before her, and I think she was either the third one or the fourth one, I can't remember, but she was either the third or fourth Vocaloid to have been made, and she was meant to be like this mature woman, and like her voice was just too soft, so they made her into this kind of smart, cunning, motherly figure. And while Monaco isn't exactly the motherly figure, she is cunning and she's really smart, and I do believe she has a very like soft voice, even though she talks like an old man. Also, Luka has this song about gambling, like all the song is about is gambling, and who's a better gambler than Monaco? No one? Great. See the connection? I'm great at these. Next is France and Gakupo. If you don't know Gakupo, his most famous song, which correlates to his outfit, is "The Dancing Samurai," and it's a trip, y'all. But all of Gakupo's other songs are about trying to get women, and he's a real pervert. And what better character to put with him than with France, who also likes the ladies and occasionally men. And they just seem like both kind of lovelorn people that like they want to get with someone, but they don't really have good people skills, so they don't really get with that person. And Gakupo, when he doesn't get with the person, he turns into a yandere himself. I feel like Gakupo, if he had been introduced as a yandere, he would have been a male yandere, because a lot of his songs are just kind of lovelorn, like, oh, I love this person, but they don't love me back, or, oh, you love the person I like, so I'm gonna kill you now. It's that kind of thing. Next we have Italy and Gumi. Gumi has the biggest voice range, so it's hard to tell if a song is by her if it doesn't explicitly state it. But Gumi, a lot of her songs are about not having love, or losing love, or trying to find love. And I almost put her with France, except she's a lot more childish with her feelings, like, because she's a teenager, and a lot of her songs have her as a teenager. In Italy, while he isn't as, like, lovelorn as that, he does struggle with, like wanting to make friends, and seeing beautiful women, and, like, also there's this one song called Gumi by Please Don't Have Laid Down Your Life For Me, and it's about, her boyfriend or whatever went to war, and he never came back, and Italy had a loved one, and he never came back from war, and Italy doesn't remember that. Literally, y'all, that's the only reason I put them together, because they have that bond of they loved someone, and that someone went to war, and that someone never came back. RIP. I'm a terrible person. Finally, we have Meiko and Canada. Now, Meiko is, in my opinion, often forgot about as a Vocaloid, because you really don't hear her voice being used that much, and it's sad, and I hate it, to be honest. Now, Meiko is, her voice is hard to explain. It's like kind of on that range of being the mature voice they wanted for Luka, but it didn't really work out. You know what I'm saying? And her voice, even though she was the first Vocaloid, which is why on her chest you can see the 00, because she was the first Vocaloid to be created. Miku just so happened to be more popular. I don't know why. And Meiko, her voice is often forgotten about, and there's not a lot of songs with her, or if there are, her voice is just a cover of the original song, because I think all of her songs are covers of songs that were originally created for Hatsune Miku, and it's kind of sad. And Canada, in the same way, is not by the fandom he's forgotten about, but by the characters in the show he's forgotten about, and he's forgotten to, like, have existed, and he's forgotten for, like, doing all these things, and, like, he's always blamed for, like, crap, America is doing it. It's kind of the opposite for like Meiko. Like Meiko doesn't get any of the recognition, and Canada is falsely accused. And I feel like they have this solidarity of being like forgotten about and having credit either given to them that shouldn't have been, or like being in trouble for things, or like having their glory taken away. It's all a process, and it's kind of sad that these two ended up being who they are and what they are. They're just kind of forgotten about, and I feel really bad that Meiko isn't more popular, because all the songs I have of her are like just great. I love them all. I want more Meiko songs. I'm sure if like obviously if I typed in Meiko songs I'd get some, but I'm this kind of weird person that if it doesn't have English subtitles I don't listen to it, or if it's in like Spanish, because I do have a few songs that don't have English subs but have Spanish subs, and I can figure it out through the Spanish subs tbh, but whatever. So that was it for the Vocaloids as Hetalia characters, or whatever the title was of this video. Let me know in the comments what other Vocaloids match these characters. I know I didn't use IA or AI, whatever her name is. She's actually really popular, and I do like her songs and I like her voice, but I can't really pin down a really good personality for her. There's another Vocaloid that has some other yandere songs, or she has one yandere song that I can't quite remember the name of, but it's like Yuzuki or something like that. There's a few more that I know of, like Oliver. He's an English Vocaloid. I don't really remember too much about him, other than like he's kind of like the Shota Oiji fashion kind of boy. I can't really remember. He's like in a sailor costume. But if any of y'all want to put some Vocaloids with some Hetalia characters, feel free to do so in the comments, and also tell me what is your favorite Vocaloid. As you know, mine is like Mayu and Haku and like Rin and Len and Hatsune Miku. I like all of those, and obviously Meiko. I like those. Anyways, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more random fandom things. Ciao, chicos.